Hello and welcome back to Skyrim. So last time we finished dealing with the bandits known as the Saints, and then at the end of the episode I purchased some spells and did some studying. It's currently almost 8 a.m. because I was up kind of late studying. So I learned Blink here, which is basically just a short teleport. You might be able to recognize its inspiration if you've ever played the Dishonored games. And then I also learned the barrier spells. So these very much work like wards, but you apply them with a one-time cost, and it disappears as you see. And then in order to maintain it, you have to charge a spell. And then if you throw your spell and then keep doing that, you'll be able to keep it up as well, but your magicka will not regenerate, of course. So yeah, it's a little bit weaker than the ward equivalent to make up for the fact that it's a little bit more convenient. But yeah, it's very nice to just have that as a defense against mages, because wards can be pretty useful, but it's annoying to have to concentrate them, especially when you're like me and you occupy one hand with a staff. Yes, it's nice and early in the morning, and I'm going to tell Lucian to stop waiting, so he just comes with me. And our plan right now is to set out for Winterhold, although I did notice a Vigilant of Stendarr that I might be able to report the vampire's death to from the missive. So I'm going to look into that first.
So you don't know anything about this house? No. Anyone seen entering or leaving? Any strange lights?
And then our barrier should still be... Oh, I guess the duration expired. Never mind then.
Excuse me, but do you know anything about this house? Seen anyone enter or leave?
No, I haven't. Actually, why are you asking?
I'm with the Vigil of Stendarr. We believe this house might have been used for Daedra worship, evil rites, and so forth.
Well, do you need any help?
I was actually just about to head on inside. Be good to have someone watch my back. Follow me, and keep your eyes open. Daedra are powerful creatures and tricksters. Never know what you'll find.
Real quick.
Eyes open.
Okay, he's not willing to talk to me about the vampire. At least not yet. Don't think we're going to be able to talk to him about it.
Fresh food. No wood rot on the furniture. Someone's been here recently, but the people I asked say no one enters or leaves. Wait, did you hear that? I think it came this way.
Try to get our mage armor right just in
inside
case.
the house. Come on, we're getting to the bottom of this. Come out. We know you're here. There's another door. See if you can get it open.
Alright. I think it's locked.
Stendarr's mercy. This isn't an ordinary Daedra. We have to get help.
Quite...
He's weak. You're strong. Crush him.
Okay. Things are getting chaotic.
You first. Come on, let's go.
It's locked.
No. Kill him. Crush his bones. Tear at his flesh.
Get out of my head, Daedra.
You will kill or you
Sorry, mate.
will
Nothing
die.
personal. I intend to survive.
Yes. Your reward is waiting for you, mortal. Further down.
Still can't leave. Yeah. Sorry, it was you or me. Out of curiosity, what is that mace? Knight of Stendarr mace. Pretty valuable. I actually don't know if I have a fire... Oh wait, yeah, I do have fire damage enchant. I had to learn it for one of the lessons early in the Call to Winterhold questline. So I can just sell that.
Yes. Further into the bowels.
Ow.
So close. Your prize is waiting.
I do not trust this. Also, I really like believable weapons, but I think the Mason Malag Ball does look a little bit silly, not gonna lie. Even if it is a little bit more of a realistic shape. But yes, I'm gonna stand off of the altar and I'm gonna touch the mace, I guess. I don't really have any other choice. Oh.
did you think Molegbal, the Lord of Domination, would so easily reward you? What do you see from that little cage? Speak.
Well, I guess if this is Molag Bal and being a Daedric prince, it's not the most far-fetched thing to think that he could teleport me into the middle of the spike trap. Well, I can't really turn my camera, but I know it's a rusty mace.
Rusted. Dry. There was a time when this mace dripped with the blood of the feeble and the worthless. But a Daedric lord has his enemies, and my rival Boethia had her priest desecrated, left it here to decay, until you came.
You want revenge on Boethia?
Revenge? No, I want submission. I want the priest who did this to bend his knee and give me his soul. He comes by to perform Boethia's insulting rites at my altar, but he's been missing, captured and bound, left to rot. Save him. Let him perform his rite one more time. And when he does, we will be waiting for him.
Do you have anything to say?
How are you doing?
Oh,
Let's get
just
back to it.
fantastic. Well, this is a right pickle we found ourselves in. Quite frankly, I don't feel like making an enemy of Molag Bal, although if I carry out his task, there's a chance I can make an enemy of Boethia. There's really no winning here. Although of the two, I think I would rather have Boethia be an enemy, because Molag Bal is known for being exceedingly cruel. So I think we're going to carry out his task solely to get Molag Bal off our back. Although crossing Boethia is still not an idea that I rather enjoy. But as I said, there's no winning choice here. Yeah, I still do feel bad about having to kill you. Although that mace is going to fetch a nice price. In fact, that's what I'm going to do first. We're going to sell it.
Cyrus.
That person was unpleasant. The one who just scoffed at me. The blacksmith should be out. It's late enough in the day. Or I guess maybe her hours are a little bit different.
Sorry, after you.
Alright, let's move on. So where is this that Molag Bal wants us to go? Bruka's Leap Redoubt. So up past Karthwasten. Now's one of the few moments where I wish I did have a better map mod so I could see the roads, but I think that's a bridge there, so we had to cut off the road and continue north. Fair enough. I mean, there are worse tasks that we could be assigned by the Lord of Domination. I think killing a priest of Boethia is not the worst thing that we could do, at least from a moral standpoint. Boethia is worshipped by some people, but is also known for being a little bit cruel herself. I don't know, all this god stuff is a little bit over my head, personally. I prefer sticking to my academic studies and not to devoting myself to any Daedra or divine. Since we just recently walked this road, I'm going to pause the recording and I will get back to you once we get to that bridge where we're going to go off-road. Alright, just to keep you guys up to speed, I actually got my alteration up to level 50 while doing a little bit of a field test by using the unlock spell, and I got a new perk which I put into mage armor. If you're curious what test I was doing, I was just making sure that the duration on the barrier spell was working correctly, because I didn't think that the duration had passed when I tried it in the city, so I was worried that leaving the cell had caused it to somehow stop working, but no, it did just run out. I just ended up breaking into a house and testing. Did a pretty thorough test too, so I know for sure it didn't break. But yeah, just keeping you up to speed on that. I got a new mage armor perk, so we're going to be a little bit more defensible. Alright, so we are at the bridge now, and it looks like we do indeed just need to cut north. It's going to get a little bit tricky for Lucien to follow us, although this is a good time to demonstrate blink in practical application. Sometimes the first-person animation mod that I have has a little bit of an issue where the spell just won't charge in your hand and you have to try again. So yeah, that's what that little last thing was, but that's how the spell works. You just do a short-range teleport. Very useful. I'm just going to teleport Lucien to me so he's not trying to catch up forever.
If you know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim, tell them to head to Windhelm.
I won't.
Ulfric Stormcloak wants to see them.
Whole Stormcloak camp. Well, good to know if ever we join the Imperials.
There's nothing too low for them.
Okay. So still further north. Mud crab. Up. Didn't do the full charge that time. That time it was on me. Blink has a slightly shorter charge time, so I was a little bit used to that 0.2 is what the value is set to, whereas this is 0.5. So I was just mentally sticking to that and expecting the spell to be done. See, it's a little bit quicker. Okay, let's go up here. And this looks like the place. So let's get ready with some mage armor and a barrier. Something to know about barriers as well is that they don't give you any bonus to your armor rating like normal wards do. Okay. So are you inside? No, it looks like they're keeping you in their camp. Ah, there you are.
You there? Are you here to kill me? Slay the mighty Lowgrove while he sits tied and helpless.
I actually don't know this. Can you be killed? Let's see here. Protection. You're protected, so presumably you can just kill him here. I wonder what effect that would have on the quest. But no, Morris has already made his decision. I'm here to rescue you.
Rescue? No one knew where I was when I was taken. Who sent you?
Boethia sent me.
The Dark Mistress sent you? Ha! Now tell me the one about the troll who gives gifts to good little boys and girls.
Okay. Oh, I think that was because I opened up console. My scroll wheel is controlling the camera too. No. Molag Bal.
So, the King of Corruption sends his messenger to challenge me. Very well. I will meet with Molag Bal, and I will venerate his altar in Boethia's name as I did before. Cut me loose, minion of the Hated One. I need to get to Markarth.
Don't call me a minion. Fun little side effect right here, I guess, from one of my mods. He must have the priest job. Yeah. Let me untie those binds.
Freedom. Now get out of my way. I have a task to attend to.
Might have to make a little bit of an update to that mod then and just add a condition that Logrolf can't partake in that dialogue option. It's not a huge deal though, it's just one NPC. Okay. There you go. Yep, there's the barrier in action. I blocked his spells. You're making it a bit hard right now, Lucian. It's a tight corridor. Alright, enchanting book. Nice.
Do you know, I think this might be my favorite cave we've been in all day.
Yeah, because it's the only cave we've been in all day. Scooped out his heart. Were you about to make him into a briar heart? Well, it looks like there's nothing else in here for us unless I'm missing a chest or something. Ah, yes I am. Frost suppression. Now that's an enchantment I do not know if I have. Alright, well let's get back to the city and do our awful deed for Molag Bal. Not too happy about that, but I've shared my reasons. I was actually thinking about adding the Mesa Molag Bal quest expansion mod by Jay Serpa before this series. I ultimately didn't end up doing it, and now I kind of wish I did so I could see the different outcomes that that could entail. Oh well, maybe in my next playthrough I will include that. Oh yeah, I should also specify reason why I didn't add the mod that I just mentioned is because I initially didn't see Morris doing this quest. But I ended up deciding in spur of a moment when I saw the Vigilant of Stendar that we had good reason to talk to him. So that's why I did end up doing it. So yeah, that was just the mindset there, if you're curious. Sorry for unpausing the recording repeatedly, I just had a thought of something I wanted to demonstrate as well. There is a little bit of a hidden effect to Blink, which I've equipped this mace to demonstrate here. It's not said in the description, but it's very much inspired by the Dishonored games that inspired the spell. If you cast it, there's a very brief window where your weapon damage is doubled. As you saw, it was 48, and now it is 24. Basically, the idea there is that you use the momentum of the pseudo-teleport to augment your strike, to strike with extra force, which is something that I really enjoy. You can actually make a really fun character build with this spell mod, using that mechanic entirely. Playing somebody who blinks to close distance with enemies and deliver massive damage. It's a 1 second window of time though, so it does take some skill to actually get used to it. Yeah, just thought I'd actually point that out while I was thinking about it. As a little bonus for those of you who watch this Let's Play, since I didn't actually mention that in the video on my channel that demonstrates Blink. Alright, and we're back to Markarth now. For somebody who's called Steerborn the Quiet, you do an awful lot of chatter to yourself. Let's see if I actually remember this time where the actual marker is. There it is. So you climb up, and then you can vault over. As stated before, there is an MCM, though, to actually be able to turn on indicators that will show you where those markers are, in case you're ever lost and don't know where all of them are. And then there's another one right here. This one doesn't really do anything. Just, you can climb up here just because. There's also one on the other side here, I believe. Yep. You can just climb up. Poor Lucian's probably very confused as to why Morris just started climbing the architecture. Alright, well let's just get this over with so we can put this behind us. Of all the people the Mesa Molag Bal could go to, Morris is probably a pretty decent choice because he will just put it away, not use it, not let it fall into anybody else's hands. Hi. Sorry to be meeting again in circumstances like this. here goes nothing.
Oleg Paul, you think you can best Boethiah's faithful? I have won this contest before.
Ah, but I have my own champion this time, Logrolf.
What? You?
Mortal, I give you my mace in all its rusted spitefulness. Crush the spirit from Logrolf's bones. Make him bend to me.
Sorry.
You mortals and your frail, limp, pathetic bodies. Try it again.
I know cruelty is kind of your thing, but that's just mean.
No more. No more. I submit, Molag Bal. I submit.
You bend to me.
Yes.
You pledge your soul to me.
Yes.
You forsake the weak and pitiful Boethia.
Yes.
You're mine now, Logrolf. Kill him.
He just disappeared.
The mace of Molag Bal. I give you
God.
its true power, mortal. When your enemies lie broken and bloody before you, know that I will be watching.
God, that enchantment effect is a lot. Don't get me wrong, I like green flame and everything, but wow, this covers like half your screen. I would never use this with the enchantment mod that I have installed actually active. Just be nice to the Daedra who could torture you for eternity if he wants to. Thank you, Molag Bal. Note that Morris doesn't say Lord.
Now, I have a soul in oblivion that needs claiming. Take care of the house while I'm gone.
Well, Morris went from feeling very good yesterday to feeling awful about himself today. For different reasons. Yesterday he was feeling good about himself from a competence standpoint and also just reflecting on how far he's come since the start of his journey. But now he feels bad for a moral reason. Morris isn't really a beacon of morality or anything like that. He's got a little bit of a mean streak. You probably have caught on by now. But I guess that's where he ended up. He still doesn't like the idea that he just condemned Logrolf to an eternity of being tortured by Molag Bal in Cold Harbor. There's a line between killing somebody because you think that they're going to cause you problems, like, for example, the Psijic in Mzulft, and there's a difference between that and condemning a priest to an eternity of suffering. So yeah, he doesn't feel very good about that. So now it is pretty early in the afternoon. I think I'm going to do more studying, spend the night here again, and then we're really going to go to Winterhold.
Strong drink and clean rooms.
So yeah, I know it's a little bit of a shorter one. Actually, it's right about around the same length, I guess, just like a minute shorter. But that's where I'm going to end this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.